Welcome to part 3 of the Strategic Trading MACD series. This series is presented by Strategic Trading, and if you would like all the copies of the series, simply visit our website at www.strategictrading.net or send us an email at support@strategictrading.net. Please pause the video and take a few moments to read the disclaimer. In this third part of the series, we are going to focus on the zero line on the MACD indicator. Quite often, the zero line is ignored or not paid attention to, even though it is a very important component of the MACD. We are going to look at two aspects of the zero line. One aspect is what happens if the MACD is actually right on the zero line, and the other is we're going to look at it in the situation where the MACD is above and when the MACD is below the zero line. This chart that we have before us is a 5-minute candlestick chart for the euro dollar. It is a forex pair, and we have on the chart, we also have a MACD indicator with the standard settings below the candlesticks. Now, if we will take a close look here, we are going to find that the MACD is in fact in this area right on the zero line. And now let's take a look at what is actually happening to prices when this is occurring on the MACD. And you will see that you have a sideways movement or a consolidation pattern, and there is no clear direction in the market. There is really no momentum. The momentum reading that we're getting from the MACD during this interval is basically zero. Quite often, many traders prefer to be out of the market during these types of periods. Now, let's take a look at what happens when the MACD is actually consistently above the zero line. If you take a look at the MACD on the chart here, you will see that it is in fact consistently above the zero line. Now, it does drop at times, but it is still always above the zero line. What this tells us is the market is quite bullish during this interval or period of time that we are looking at. And if in fact you take a look at the price movement above, look at how bullish it was. So even though we do see some pullbacks, nevertheless the overall trend is quite bullish. Now, the exact opposite happens when the MACD is in fact below the zero line. Take a look here again. It is consistently below the zero line on this chart. And what do we see happening as far as prices? Prices are in fact in a very bearish trend. They continued to drop. So keep that in mind. You always want to be attentive to where the MACD is relative to the zero line. Once again, we invite you to visit us at strategictrading.net and obtain a complete set of the various parts on the MACD series.